Hello, hello, and welcome to A Better World with Adrian, the podcast. This is where I, Adrian Schroeder, commune with you once a week and share tools, insights, experiences, modalities, portals, and healings so that you can live the life you want. You can live your dreams. We can all live our dreams, and when we do this, we contribute and build a better world together. So sit back, relax, grab a beverage, grab your highest self, an open mind, an open heart, and receive. You are worthy, and a new earth is here when we believe and be.
So nice.
I just made that up and I was... Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to A Better World with Adrian. I am extra excited for today's podcast because I'm exploring something new. So I'm recording this at the beginning of April 2025. We just came out of the most incredible, mind-bending, fated eclipse portal, and my whole life is quantum leaping, and it's been a deliberate quantum leap. You know, I've been studying this astrology, and I decided a long time ago, I'm not going to shatter like most of the people in the world are going to shatter under this. I'm going to let this shatter me open into my potential. So I did nervous system reset through my modality of breathwork every single day. I was making choices based on the transits. I was making moves. I was setting things up to leverage this moment, 6 months ago. And what I want to share on the podcast now and why it's relevant and why it matters is I'm going to share an audio of my coaching from my March immersion, Starstruck. So in this audio, you're going to receive the story. This audio is called Mind Bending Magic. And it really showcases and tells in real time the story of what it means to bend time, what it means to be a life magician, what it means to make magic with life, what it means to show up fully and make maximum spiritual effort and let Creator blow your mind wide open into what's possible for you. And everywhere you've been, thinking small, playing small, contracting, and why does this matter for a better world? The premise of this podcast is we're all out here trying to make a better world, And what does that mean? When you make your dream, that your dream is your destiny, by the way. If you have a desire, it's your destiny. You're destined to have it. It's up to you to become the person that can receive it, to build the vessel that can receive it. And when we each do that, it becomes inevitable that we create a better world. Imagine if the whole world, and I know I'm sharing this in a very, very intense time. It's an intense time, and no matter what way you slice it, excuse me. I noticed that every time I up-level my throat chakra and start speaking and sharing and guiding and leading in truer, deeper ways, that I clear my throat more. And what I really visualize that as is that I'm speaking for people that truly cannot speak. It takes really... Someone said to me, actually, at yoga, maybe 2 months ago, they said, wow, because I said something about Gaza and obvious genocide. And they were like, wow, I can't believe you said that. That takes so much courage. And I was like, honestly, I'm safe. I'm a white woman in the West. I'm able to run my own business. I'm physically safe. It doesn't take real courage to say that, you know? And so when I speak and when I accelerate my throat chakra, I'm healing the throat chakra of all my past lives when I didn't speak up. And I'm speaking and guiding and leading and facilitating for there's so many people in the world that literally cannot do this work. So the fact that you are even listening to this podcast, the fact that you even have a phone that you could listen to this podcast or a computer, it's like, wow, we sit in a seat of privilege and we must use that privilege for good. So that's what I get whenever I need to like clear my throat more, especially when I'm recording something. I'm like, oh wow, this is a new layer for my throat chakra, which means it's a new layer for your throat chakra as well. So the throat chakra includes the ears and the voice. You cannot speak truth unless you know truth and hear truth, right? Benjamin Hardy, the author of 10x is easier than 2x, my current obsession, he says all progress starts with telling the truth. So the truth is, I sit on a seat of privilege. It really doesn't take much courage to do this. And I'm able to access that because I do nervous system reset. If I didn't with breathwork, I wouldn't have the courage. I wouldn't be able to access this full wattage of my power because all of the times I've gotten burned in past lives for being openly powerful and magical and spiritual, basically being a threat to the system that oppresses people, that would be controlling my decisions all day, every day. So, I mean, we could go all into that. If you want more on that, go to my episode, Breathwork and the Nervous System. I have 2 deep dive episodes all around my work with breathwork and why it matters and all the science and everything behind it. Now, this episode, so I'm going to transition, and the rest of the episode is going to be the story of be, do, have in real time. So most people live life based on circumstance, not based on a vision. And even MLK, he said, I have a dream. And his whole mission was, I'm doing this in service of the vision I have. I have this vision and it's not real yet. And this is what it means to be a visionary, is you have a vision and you bring a vision that's not real yet into reality. You literally make it real. And that's what, to me, being a life magician is. You make magic with life. So I really hope you enjoy this powerful coaching, and it's in real time. Some of the magic that happened and how it happened and why it happened behind the scenes energetically, with how I was using my nervous system, with how I was leveraging the astrology, my mindset, and I do not hold back. Like, this is a private audio, and it just kind of gives you a flavor of my coaching. It's an interesting ecosystem I hold because I'm very nurturing and I'm very, very compassionate for all people. And my core pillars of my philosophy as a coach and a healer and a mentor and a thought leader are safety, truth, and power. And the thing about safety is that it doesn't mean comfortable, right? So I go on all cylinders. If you're ready for a breakthrough, this episode is for you. If you're ready to shatter any small ideas about what you think is possible in 1 month, just let this shatter you. And so I really am sharing this in the service of just a window into what it's like to be coached by me and what it's like to be in one of my experiences and transformations. Now, before we get into this audio, there are 2 ways that you can work with me right now, and they are both time sensitive, so listen up. First, the Sedona New Earth Immersion Retreat is in May 2025, May 15th through 18th. This is a unicorn in-person deep dive immersion. This is not a yoga retreat. This is, you get on a plane, you come for 4 days, you get your feet on sacred land, you sit in right relationship with the land, you go deep into nervous system potent reset on the red rocks in breathwork, you learn astrology with me. You're in an intimate, expansive cohort of powerful, ambitious mystics all doing the same thing. You're doing shamanic journeying and healing with my shaman, Bethany. We're eating amazing food. I have an adventure planned for us the last day, which is an amazing surprise. If you want to quantum leap in this divine timing, if you want to accelerate your spiritual path exponentially, this is for you. This is not for you if you want to dabble. This is not for you if you want to make the least amount of effort. This is not for you if you just want to stay home. There's a certain frequency of transformation that's only available in person. And we're doing that. And not only are we doing that, we're doing it for 4 whole days, and we're doing it on sacred land. Like, this is the 100x timeline collapsing experience for you, and it's in New Earth, right? So we're sitting with the ancient codes. I'm going to be speaking all on New Earth, Age of Aquarius. We're doing it at the Uranus Kazemi. So if you are interested in this, I'm filling the final spaces for this experience. This is a once in a lifetime, like, will I maybe do other retreats in Sedona? Yes. Will it ever be this divine timing again? No. Will it ever be this unique soul pad? No. And a lot of people say, oh, next time, oh, this, oh, that. Like, it's never going to feel like the right time. You're never going to feel ready. You just know you're meant to go, and then you go. So if this is you and you're excited to hop on a plane for this adventure and have the time of your life with us, apply through the link in the show notes. I will be in touch and we will go from there. The other way that you can work with me right now is in Angel Air. And this is time sensitive because the doors to Angel Air are only going to be open in April 2025. So all of April, new members can join. And then at the end of April, the doors are closing. So no more new members. We're going to go deep. My clients do not dabble. They are committed. People that get amazing transformations do not dabble. They are committed. And so this means consistency. And that's what we're doing in Angel Air. Angel Air is, when you listen to this audio and this coaching, when you join Angel Air, you will get an audio like this from me every day, Monday through Friday. And you get live breathwork classes. And if you join the lunar option, you get unlimited replay access to the breathwork, my Cosmic Cellular Breathwork Vault, which has over $3,000 worth of breathwork journeys in it. Like, and I'm sharing like, hey, here's the energy of today. This is the replay to do today. My clients inside Angel Air are quantum leaping in relationship, in their spiritual path, in their revenue, in their business. It's just like so exciting and amazing. So definitely hop in. If you're not sure, if you listen to the rest of this podcast, you will know immediately if you're meant to be in this space. So that is today. That's the download. That's the intro. And in terms of the altar, I have 2 big roses on my desk. And one is hot pink and one is fuchsia. And to me, these really represent unconditional love and wild power. Unconditional love and wild power. That's really what we've got to stay in relationship with. Wild means untamed. And a lot of what I'm going to be coaching on in this audio that I'm sharing with you is really untamed. It's my unfiltered thoughts and coaching. This is what goes on behind the scenes. Like, if you think that your life changes when you listen to my podcast, just wait till you become my client. For real. Or just wait till you come to Sedona if you're one of the unicorns coming to Sedona. By the way, the people signed up for Sedona are the most amazing, phenomenal, heart-centered, ambitious, mystical powerhouses I've ever met. You would be honestly lucky to be in that room. Just being in that space will expand you if you didn't do any of the other things. So that's today's episode. It's my experiment, and I hope you really get something out of it. As always, I love hearing from you. First things first, though, if you know you want to be in Sedona, get your booty to that application, because I'm dropping this podcast on April 9th. That means the retreat is 5 weeks away. I know I've got lots of last minute Lindas in the space. It's like you like sign up for my breathwork classes or my offers like 30 minutes before they start. And I'm like, maybe, like for a retreat, when you hop on a plane, I recommend booking it now. And I say that as someone who literally, I went to this whole deep dive in-person experience with less than a week's notice for myself in March. So, I'm open to that too. And I can't guarantee that spots will be available. And you already know if you're meant to be there. So just apply and come and change your life. Or just if you know, okay, I'm not going to come to the Sedona retreat, hop into Angel Air today and spiral up in magic. If you don't like it, you can just leave. There's a monthly option. Probably if you've never been my client before and you want to experience it, and you've never done breath work, hop into Angel Air for the monthly, and then you'll know if you want to stay. So, without further ado, let's take one deep breath together and set the space. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And now I will transition to this audio from my Starstruck Immersion. May this blast open your brain into what's possible for you in life magic, be do have in real time, and massive, massive change and fun stories. Good morning, Starstruck. Who is ready for the mind-bending magic? Who is ready for the story of the deliberate quantum leap and the power of creator and divine orchestration and the true Kriya flow of life that is meant for you if you obey the energy, you prepare, and you are in mastery of the spiritual inner game, which, by the way, is a lifelong process. Every time you up level, there's going to be new obstacles at your new level. Spoiler alert. So we are quantum leaping in this space. And there's people I'm seeing in this space that are doing a way deeper, more deliberate quantum leap. And there's other people that are kind of in and kind of out. I'm a projector. I see everything. Also, I'm psychic. So first I just want to say, you've got to stay in motion. I just posted this morning, I'll share it here, but there's a wave of people that are quantum leaping in March, and every single part of their life is exploding in magic, in new results, in literally every single part of life. I am one of those people. Some people in Starstruck are those people. The people that are really leaning in and utilizing Starstruck are quantum leaping. The people that are half in, half out, or ghosting, or not doing the stuff, I almost said sorry to say, but I'm not sorry to say. If you want the results, you've got to do the work. So basically, I decided at the beginning of March, I'm quantum leaping. I'm taking my whole community with me. This astrology is too amazing and too wonderful and too crucial. People are either going to spiral up on purpose deliberately with incredible discipline, incredible commitment, and incredible trust. Like trust. And then there will be everyone else who spirals out into chaos, who stays the victim, who, everything gets worse, just straight up darkness. Now, I'm sharing this story because something that I really, really love about Starstruck and what's going to be happening in Angel Air is that me channeling daily, you are able to witness me be the embodiment of this work and be evidence and be permission. Okay? The reason why I create success and I always do what I say I'm going to do, time is the only variable. Like, I always do what I say I'm going to do. In terms of like my goals and everything, time is the only thing that is the variable and not fully up to me. However, it can go really, really fast when you're in alignment, when you do the nervous system reset, when you click into divine timing and move with it. I'm the embodiment of the work. Like, one of the biggest things I see, I coach a lot of people, and I've coached a lot of people the past 15 years. It's like, it doesn't matter the actions you do. If you are wobbly within yourself, everybody can feel it. And it echoes out in your relationships. It echoes out in your cash flow. It echoes out in your health. And what does wobbly mean? You don't believe. What do people do that don't believe? They don't move. They hesitate. They do blah, blah, blah. They don't trust the energy. They don't obey the energy, okay? So I'm going to tell you the story of mind-bending magic. And it's really amazing because you guys heard the first part of this story like 3 weeks ago, which is so amazing. It's kind of like, remember when I shared that download about the flower shop and how I tipped the flower shop girl, which, by the way, her name is Maggie. I asked her like 50 times and I finally burned it into my brain. Maggie, I tip her every time now. And it was so interesting. She's like, you don't need to tip me every time. And I said, and of course the coach in me, I'm like, something that just like part of my way of life is like, I always want to be helping people and adding magic and stuff, but I've got to have just big boundaries with me. And so in my brain, I'm like, she's not your client. Don't coach her. And I just looked at her and I was like, how can you just show her without like actively coaching her? And I just looked at her and I was like, Maggie, you deserve to be tipped every single day, all day for the rest of your life. And I said, I'm going to tip you double. Because look, she had a certain, like, if you really want to get down to the details on this, she did not feel safe to receive. And that's what's happening across the board right now. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in my clients. I notice the pattern within myself. I see it in the collective. The amount of magic right now that's available is insane. And if you are not available to receive it, you won't receive it. If you don't feel safe receiving it, you won't receive it. You will push it away, just like Maggie tried to push away my tip. And I said, nope, I'm going to tip you double now. Because you get to see that magic is real. And abundance is real. And that you're worthy of this. Like, I don't care if the man pays you like poverty wages for you to slave away all day for fucking 10 hours. I actually applied at this very flower shop when I came to Michigan, because I was like, I just want to do something fun. I want to do something that's just like using my hands, and I want to be with the land, and I love flowers. And I applied at this flower shop because I thought it would be really amazingly fun. I was like, if I just went in for like 2 afternoons a week, like that would be so fun to just like make flower arrangements and just get my hands in the dirt and blah, blah, blah. And I sat down with the guy who owns this place, and there was two red flags. Well, there's a lot of red flags. First of all, I'm not a good employee. I'm not. I think too much for myself. I don't blindly follow. I ask questions. I demand my worth. And of course, I wasn't doing it for the money. But he was literally like, oh, it pays $9 an hour. And everything in my body was like, what the fuck? That's criminal. That's fucking criminal. What if I was a mom with kids? That's called modern day slavery. So there was that. I let it go by. I was like, Adrian, don't pick up the bait. And then he was like, 10 hour, like it's a minimum 10-hour shift. And I just looked at him and I was like, yo, I run my own company. I run 2 companies. That's not going to work for me. And he's like, oh, well, if you're not willing to work 10-hour days, then we can't take you. And I just looked at him, and he had been complaining for like 10 minutes before that about how he couldn't find good people to work there, about how they weren't reliable. And I just looked at him and I was like, yo, you have someone who's built multiple companies standing before you, telling you they want to work for you for fun, and you're not willing to like meet me on the schedule. And then he said some like thing about, I'm not going to repeat it because it was disgusting. Not toward me, but it was just like, it was like all these red flags. Anyways, so that just makes me want to tip Maggie even more, because I know like she's working for the man. Anyway, I don't know how I got in that tangent, but I love Maggie. But do you see how the system wants to program you to oppress you, and then make you feel grateful for the oppression? It's like, oh, I'm so grateful I have this job for $9 an hour. No, it's not supposed to be like that. Absolutely not. And Maggie just literally could not receive it. It did not feel safe to receive. Imagine if she got in Breathwork and she was like doing the replays every day. You people in this space, you have got to stay in the pocket and expand your ability to receive, because the miracles available right now are insane. If you don't feel safe receiving them, if you don't feel safe saying yes to yourself, if you're not willing to obey the energy, you're going to miss the moment. It's so obvious to me right now who is actually coming for New Earth, who's not, who actually lives in divine timing. Because if you truly live in divine timing, you would not squander this moment. You would know how important it is, and you would double down immediately, zero hesitation. So, okay, 10 minutes in, now I get to the story. I know I was telling you guys, I believe it was so we started this container at the end of February, and I did a bonus audio for the new moon in Pisces, and that was like the last stable new beginning before wild eclipse season came. And I remember sharing that audio because I was sitting in my car in Chicago when I dropped that audio. And since then, I've completed my chapter of client work in Chicago. Literally, I've gone through like 100 iterations of my identity and death and rebirth and all that stuff, which I knew would happen in eclipse season. However, I really started March with this decision. Okay, this is a deliberate quantum leap, and I'm obeying the downloads from spirit, and here we go. And like, I'm going to let myself be seen and more magical and just I'm just going to let my power come more fully online. And I just decided, and then I did it, right? I also started the month with canceling 2 trips, or shifting 2 trips. The first one, I was meant to go to a wedding of a dear friend and client, and I ended up canceling it unexpectedly, like pretty last minute, and it felt really bad. What it did do is it opened up it's a way deeper octave of vulnerability between me and this person, and honestly was extremely healing for me to just be seen in this way, and like all of the things I was moving through at the time, and like the very clear directions from spirit that I was getting. So that happened, and I also shifted my Sedona retreat like literally a few days after that. And so I start March, and I'm like, okay, all my plans are going to shit. Like, what's going on? But I've learned, I've learned to trust Creator. I've learned to trust Creator. I've learned to trust the timing. I've learned to trust my work. This work works. Like, if you do the work works. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm just going to ride this wave, and I have no idea where it's going, but I'm going to ride it. And this is the thing that people mess up. And this is how you can make illogical results, is you've got to flip the whole narrative and flip it on its head. It's not have, do, be. Have, do, be is for people that live circumstances. They're like, this is what I have, so therefore I can do this. And then one day I think I'll be this. Absolutely not. That's not how it works. It's be, do, have. It's I'm going to be this right now. It's me at the beginning of March. I'm like, yep, and quantum leap. Called it. I am the quantum leap. I am blowing up. I am doing this. If I were to base it on my circumstance, I would have spiraled down into darkness and chaos, because I started out March canceling 2 things that I cared more about than like anything. Why? Because Creator told me to. And the timing, I just trust the timing. And I knew, okay, eclipse season is a time of sudden change. I'm not going to argue with the energy. If I'm being shown it's time to cancel or reschedule, I'm going to do that. And with all the retrogrades, I was like, I'm going to do that. I trust Spirit's plan. Spirit knows more than me. Creator knows more than me. Like, am I willing to surrender this so Creator can blow my mind? And so, we're going along in March. And then I remember telling you guys, like, trust the divine reroute. And you can go back and listen to that audio. Trust the divine reroute. Trust the course correction. So my Kabbalah teacher that I've been studying with, I was delivered this Kabbalah teacher from Creator in like my darkest hour. It's for real. I think I found him November or December. I can't remember when, but it was like a line in the sand moment. And I've gone full in. I'm like, bought every single one of his courses. And if you remember the story, like he's doing a live event. He does live events. And I was like, oh, I really wanted to go to the one in March in Miami. Like, that would be so fucking amazing. Like, and at the beginning of 2025, like, in-person experiences and events are the name of the game. Like they're more important than ever. Now, is this Telegram life-changing and amazing? Yes. Are our Zoom breathworks life-changing and amazing? Yes. However, this is what we do when we are separated geographically. If we are not prioritizing getting in person for the cellular mutation and transcendence that only can happen in person, we will not carry forward for New Earth. If you are in person with the wrong people, it will spiral you down faster than ever. If you are in person with the right people, it will spiral you up faster than ever. And so in 2024, I remember one of my favorite days of 2024 was my client Vanessa, who's in this space. She came to Maui for a dream day, and we did a whole day of healing. I took her zip lining. It was this peak spiritual experience for her to code in a new version of herself through adventure, through high performance coaching, through healing, through like the most intense one-on-one custom support and luxury expansion possible, literally in paradise on Maui. And I said, oh, more of this. I'm doubling down on this in 2025. I'm doing my retreat series. I'm focusing, like, my investments for 2025 are going to be very, very focused. Like, obviously, I'm going to invest in things that keep me in the pocket daily. However, like, I really shifted my focus to in-person experiences. So I bought a ticket to Living Brave Live, my mentor Shoshana Raven's live event. And I was like, I'm definitely... Here's the other thing. You remember what I said about embodiment? It's like, if I experience and know the power of in-person experience, and I'm like doing that with my retreats and everything, why would people buy from me or do my experiences if I'm not doing experiences? You know? It's like all these vanilla quote unquote mindset or quote unquote like intuitive coaches on Instagram. All of their profiles look the same, and it's like, I can take one look at your profile and just be like, yeah, you don't have a strong mindset, and I can tell you don't trust your intuition. Like, it's very clear to me. So this is why things aren't working, because you are not who you say you are. And so I'm like investing in these tickets for these in-person experiences, obviously investing a ton in my Sedona retreat, book this like amazing house where we're going to have everything. I'm just booking a chef, booking adventure. And I'm like thinking about this Kabbalah event. And you may remember from the previous audio that I had divine intervention. I was about to buy that ticket to go to Miami, and I literally had my credit card out. I went to double check the flights, and then I went back to the page and refreshed it, and it said sold out. And I was like, wow, divine intervention. I was like, I trust Creator. I was like, this was going to be like a bonus, like mind-blowing thing. Like, if I have if I'm able to go to this, then I'd be so deeply happy and excited. And if I'm not supposed to go right now, I'm not supposed to go. I'm cool with it. I trust Creator. And so I wasn't upset. I was very neutral. I didn't react, that's very important in the story, because if you react, then if you start being reactive and go into lack and all of those lies of darkness, then you're showing that you don't trust Creator. You're showing that you don't trust the plan. And that kind of negative energy ripples back to you in all different kinds of ways, like for real. And so I said, okay, this is actually amazing. I wonder what Creator has for me. Like, not going to this wedding, not doing my retreat, not going to this thing in Miami. I wonder what Creator has for me. So honestly, I let it go. I was like, oh, the tickets are sold out. Like, thank God I didn't buy my flights. And then, I just went on my merry way. I'm doing Starstruck. I'm having fun. I'm like going to yoga. I'm doing all these like fun things in my life, like doing a lot of deep healing with my family, which has been really amazing. And like look out for my Friday Fire episode this week on the podcast, because it's all about like family healing. I've developed like an actual friendship with my mom, which is like been a deep, deep, deep secret dream I've had since I was a little girl that I never thought was possible. And now it's real. And it might be one of my favorite dreams I've ever made. Like, for real. I'm gonna cry. So I let it go. I'm like, Creator, I trust you. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep playing. Like, March is a quantum leap. I let it go. Okay, then we get to the equinox, and I've shared a lot about that. I have this fast. I fit 8 days of fasting into 3 days here on earth. I'm bending time. I'm doing all this shamanic healing. I'm purging. I go to bed on Thursday, the day of the equinox, one person. I wake up the next day, everything's changed. And here's how it changed. First of all, I bent time with the fast. Like incredible. Second of all, I had my highest cash day in my business ever to date. Not ever. It's continuing to go up. This is what I mean by insane quantum leap. By 11 a.m., I had my highest cash day in my business so far up to that point. And I was like, and it kept going all day, by the way. And I was like, whoa, new timeline. And also, spoiler alert, that day wasn't even customers of offers I'm launching publicly. It was all the result of work I've done months and months and months ago, or private offers. Like, there's so much bullshit out there that you're buying into that has nothing to do with your results, that you're allowing to block you. So that happened, and then I had a healing with my shaman, and I was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Like, all of this stuff is happening. My body's changing. The timelines are changing. I'm going on this pilgrimage this year. I'm being called to all this different land around the world. And so I've known for a while that the equinox was a really important date. I originally thought it was for the Sedona immersion. No, it was never supposed to be the Sedona retreat then. I was supposed to be going through my own personal initiation and like insane quantum leap to set me up so I could steward Sedona at the right time, which is May 15th through 18th. Shout out, you should definitely come if you are considering it. Literally, what are you doing? Like, you must be there. Reach out to me today. And by the way, you can combine it with angel air for the most epic, life-changing transformation that will blow your mind and your body and your whole life wide open in miracles. So, and I start getting this intuitive hit. I'm like, check the Kabbalah tickets again. I'm like, what? Check the Kabbalah tickets again. What? And I go, and there's one ticket left. And I was like, Creator, am I supposed to go to this Kabbalah in Miami this weekend? And I get all these signs from animals, like in a row. And I just start crying. I booked the last spot at the whole fucking conference, which it's not that big of a conference. It's 200 people. But literally, it was sold out. This is called magic, people. It was sold out. It was completely booked out. And then I get this intuitive nudge, check the tickets. There's one ticket left. And what did I do? I didn't hesitate. I didn't say, oh, is it meant to be? No. I said, this is called magic. This is called quantum leap. This is called when you prepare and you're open and you reset your nervous system and you do everything correctly with divine timing and you hold yourself to a high standard and you trust, then Creator can blow your fucking mind. Who cares if it was sold out? Creator can open a spot for you. So within 15 minutes, I had booked the spot, I had booked flights, I had booked my Airbnb, and guess what? I'm going to Miami tomorrow, baby. And I'm going to this Kabbalah event that is going to change my life forever. And I'm going to cry. Like, I'm going to be by the ocean, dude. Do you know how hard it was for me to leave the ocean when I left Maui this summer? Which again is a whole different level of trust. And we're not taught how to live our life this way. And the way I live my life is wildly disruptive. And people around me do not get it. Like, I had a huge thing with someone really close to me because I had a dream about something, and my dreams are right most of the time. And I decided to cancel, and not like, there's this huge like thing happening in a city here in Michigan that they wanted me to go to. It wasn't like a big deal. It was just like a random Saturday thing, which, by the way, is Sacred Saturday. I'm not going to do something I don't want to do, especially on my Sabbath. I had a dream about it. And according to my dream, I was like, yep, I'm not supposed to go. And so I called this person and I said, hey, I'm not going to go to this thing, but I would love to meet you for coffee, blah, blah, blah. And they said, well, why? And I said, well, to be quite honest with you, I had a dream and I just know I'm not supposed to be there. They don't get it. I don't care. The only thing I care about is this unshakable truth of magic. And the same thing with Maui. I was so like, why is this happening, Creator? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Now I'm more understanding of like, I can be so stubborn and committed that like my guides had to go through very, very extreme measures to get me off that island. And I'll be sharing more about that in the future. But let's just say my guides went through very, very extreme measures to get me off that island because I'm not meant to be on that island. Was I meant to be there for a period of time for an immense spiritual transformation? Absolutely. It was the right decision. And they had to basically kick my teeth out of my face energetically, like for me to get the message, like, get off the island. So I left the ocean. I cried myself to sleep in Michigan. I missed the ocean. Why am I in Michigan? Why am I away from my home? Like, and so guess what? Tomorrow I'm going to be at the ocean. Tomorrow I'm going to be in Miami for this conference because Creator paved the path for me. Why? Because I stayed in alignment. I did the healing. I trusted. I didn't focus on do, be, have. I didn't say, oh, here's the circumstance. This is what I can do. No. I said, I choose. It was be, have, or be, do, have. I didn't focus on what I had. I said, no, I am the quantum leap. And because I'm the quantum leap, I do these things. And because I do these things, then I can have the blessing. So I really want you to take this as evidence of this work. Your life is supposed to be like this. If it's not, you've got healing to do. You've got skills to master. And you've got to maintain your momentum and consistency. The other thing is, like, I've been doing breathwork almost every day for 5 years. People want these results after 1 month. And it's like, can you do a lot in 1 month? Yes. But it takes time. I'm the unpopular mentor that's going to tell you, first of all, it's hard. Second of all, it's convenient. Third of all, you got to do shit that most people won't do and they'll judge you for it. And third of all, it takes time. I'm not going to say these things don't take time. People that want it instantly are being entitled. That's being childish. That's when you're literally booty calling spirit, which is extremely, like, offensive. Like truthfully, like, that's, like, to me, one of the worst things that can occur is you just expect a handout from God when you don't do it consistently. Like, no. It's not how it works. And it's not personal. It's just called the game of life. It's neutral. Learn the way the game works, play the game, win the game on your terms, and lean back to what Creator has for you. This is why I'm so passionate about my work, because this stuff is real. And the power of divine timing too. Literally all happened on the equinox. What the fuck? So this is the story of mind-bending magic, and you can go back and listen to that episode where it's like, trust the reroute. That was divine intervention. I wasn't supposed to get the ticket then. I was supposed to get the ticket after I showed Creator that I'm committed to the path no matter what. That's the difference between instant gratification and the lasting magic. So where are you seeking instant gratification and trading out the lasting magic? Let me know what comes up for you. If you want to live like this, you've got to join Angel Air. Yes, did Starstruck change your life? Yes, did Starstruck create a vortex of miracles that are possible? Yes, all of that is yes. However, it doesn't make mind-bending magic like this unless you do it consistently. And you're either going to keep going and maintain the momentum in this work, which breathwork is a quantum leap in itself, or you're going to choose fear. You're going to choose to focus on circumstance rather than who you must be to command a new reality. So listen to this story, believe in yourself, join Angel Air, or if you want to hop into Sedona or one-on-one mentorship, reach out to me. But like, life gets to be this good, and where are you pushing away what's meant for you? It comes down to your nervous system and your skill and the people you're around and the choices that you're making now. So this is the download. I love you so much. It's go time. We have a whole another week of March, and I literally am so excited. And tomorrow I will be dropping in with you with an audio from Miami at the ocean, where I'm literally going to cry because I love the ocean more than anything. Because that's literally where I came from. It's my home. And I am the home for me no matter where I am. And there are also certain things that we're meant to be around physically. Same for the land I'm on right now. Like, my shamanism got unlocked in a whole new way being in Michigan. I came here for karmic family healing. I came here for karmic family purging. I came here for karmic purging of my own life and past lives. And I came here for basically a pit stop between quests. Like, I went on a quest to Maui. My silly human brain thought I was permanently relocating and buying a house there. LOL, Adrian, spirit knows best. Now I know I'm going to be on a 2-year global adventure around the world, which I knew that like when I was in Maui, but I didn't know the timing, and I didn't know the true wattage. But yeah, this is the mind-bending magic, and it's available to you when you go first. Spirit cannot meet you if you are focusing on what's the current circumstance. You've got to move and be it now. And that's exactly what we're doing in Angel Air. Oh my gosh! What did you think of that coaching? Did you love it? Did it change your life? Did it blast open your brain? This is the vibe of what is actually going to create a better world and what's available for you right here, right now. I invite you to join Angel Air. I invite you to claim a spot at the Sedona retreat. Not only is this possible, it is inevitable for you when you get in my world and stay consistent with this work. If I've seen anything in my own journey and my journey with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients at this point, it's the only time this doesn't work is when you quit or you half-ass it. So if you're ready for this kind of magic in your life and your dreams, join Angel Air today. I cannot wait to welcome you. Join the Sedona retreat if this is you, and, go out there and be an amazing version of yourself, because that truly is what the world needs. The world doesn't need more people posting about politics. The world doesn't need more drama. The world doesn't need more judgment. The world doesn't need more chaos. The world needs you unplugging from the bullshit and tapping into the true magic of Creator right here, right now, just like I did in that story. So I hope to see you in Angel Air. Welcome you to Sedona. Links to everything are in the show notes. Go out there, be the real you, be the light. Make a stranger smile, because that's what we do here. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne. Thank you so much for tuning in to A Better World with Adrienne. If you liked this episode, please subscribe to A Better World. Share this podcast with someone you love, someone you know that has dreams and visions to share with all of us for a better world. So subscribe, please leave a review, and let's spread this message like the wildfire of the heart, of the soul, of a better world. Follow me on Instagram at mindfuljoymuse. Tag me in your stories, and let's spread this message. Don't forget, you're the only you that exists in the history of the universe. You are important, you are worthy, you are valuable, your ideas are needed and an important part of a better world. Love you, and see you soon.